Hello, people, and welcome to another fine episode of Who's That Anime with your host Steve and your co-host Colin. That's
That's you.
me, and that's you. So anyway, this week we've been mostly talking about Cowboy Bebop, that anime
Like
that's what 20 years old, 23.
23 years old, yeah, because I think it's late 90s in Japan, and then early 2000s, I think, on, I want to say, what's the Adult Swim.
Yeah, I think it came out of that. Yeah. It's a cult classic. Everyone hates the dub. We've been watching the dub, so here to us,
We always watch the dub.
it's so much easier and lazy.
I Just to get ahead of it, I don't hate the dub.
No, I think maybe this is probably one of the first animes that had like decent dubbing in it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like I I get the I get that the information is different sometimes. Depending on how you watch it, like that's just a thing.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
watching Lane kind of highlighted that. It was definitely
that is definitely a thing. One of the most frustrating things as a person who likes to uh, listen in English, but also watch in English, it is that the obviously the dub is designed to fit the mouth shapes more and the timings of the people talking. So they have to alter what it is they're going to say, whereas the subtitles are more literal translations of the actual original content. So they deviate, which means my brain splits in two. Like reading it and going, that's not what they said. Now I don't remember what they said or what I just read. Fuck. Every time. Every
every,
time.
every time. It's like, wait,
I
no.
just went through this with I went through this. I just watched Squid Game. I
Mm.
finished watching that the other day. And for the last episodes, I was watching with the volume reduced, but I had the subtitles on, but also could still hear the voices. I was like, gonna have to rewatch this.
Yeah, I just finished watching that myself.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I thought it was kind of cool. And I don't know. I kind of like the character development. I was actually thinking about it today, and they developed the characters, twisted them,
Yep,
and
I
how
agree.
it got all out of hand. But I knew that that guy was the guy.
I mean,
I don't want to
I
ruin
had
it.
suspicions, but what I will say though is if you like shows with good character development and that is your kind of your thing, episode 6 of Squid Game is probably one of the best episodes of television I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, episode 6. Which was that one?
The Marble Game.
Oh, oh yeah.
That is like that is expertly written television. It's so good. It
Charlie.
is absolutely exceptional.
Yeah, don't watch it on as a standalone though. You need to watch the rest of it to
No,
understand
no, no.
the whole concept.
To have the much like watching the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya might not make sense to you without watching the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. You must watch the first 5 episodes to fully appreciate the gravity of what happens in episode 6 of Squid Game.
Yeah, I was watching it, and then was it episode 8 or 7? It's only half hour long.
Episode 8 is 32 minutes long. Yeah.
Where the rest of it's like an hour.
Yeah. So I think this happens quite a lot in Netflix shows
Yeah,
because they what happens is they don't film it with a number of episodes in mind so much, or maybe they do, but like it's ballpark. So they basically start filming it start to finish, start piecing it together and coming up with like good places for things to end. But because the content probably gets trimmed out in a certain way, one episode or two episodes maybe end up being a little bit less than other ones. And also, you don't want like a half-hour episode for your last one.
No, no, that makes sense because it was only 9 episodes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second season, surely though.
Certainly it seems like there might be something brewing in it. Yet he disappoints his daughter yet again.
I did like the guy Ryan George who does the pitch meetings for Screen Rant.
All right, yeah.
Referred to as angry PlayStation buttons, which I thought was pretty funny.
Everyone just, everyone just. The PlayStation has ruined those symbols
Yeah, forever. But
forever.
more just the fact they were angry PlayStation buttons, not just PlayStation buttons, but angry PlayStation buttons.
So true. But anyway, I think we digressed quite a bit here.
Yeah, we should get back. So today we're kickstarting Who's That Anime season 5.
Oh, season 5.
Yeah,
And we're talking
season
about
5. And
Cowboy
Cowboy Bebop.
Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, yeah. Um, also, we're not in synchronous rhythm as we usually are, as we keep talking over
Yeah.
each other at the moment. um, but
So
yeah,
because I'm very tired.
I'm crazy tired too. I don't know. Maybe it's the,
Yeah.
the fact that it's really dark outside all the time, but not like you're in the Arctic. Oh, I was watching a show at the weekend there about people going to the Arctic to do like studies, and they were there following like an ice floe for an entire year, or at least they were meant to. Kind of got cut short a bit because of COVID. Um,
I, like deep down in my heart, I was sure you were going to say, "Well, it kind of got short. It got cut short because of the murders."
because of the what? The
The
Whalers,
murders.
the murders.
The murders.
Oh no,
Like
that's
that. You bought me that film actually. Is it South of Sanity?
something like that. It was actually filmed in the South Pole though. The only horror
Yeah,
movie filmed in the South Pole.
I really like that movie. It's very well done for what it is.
It is filmed by the scientists at whatever point it is that we have.
For place it is in the South Pole.
Yeah, whatever the research center is, and it was filmed there because, well, it's the middle of winter. It gets really dark. And what else do you do when you don't know what time it is? Film a horror movie.
Seems like a natural conclusion, surely.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah. This Arctic one, it's like they're falling it around, and they get these icebreakers from Russia to go through the ice to give supplies and stuff. And it was just showing you going through like the middle of winter, and it's like literally the dead dark for like 6 months of the year, And it's just going nighttime, and no visibility, pitch black, nothing.
I like the night. I like the winter. But the concept of no daytime for an extended period of time somewhat frightens me for my health.
Well, don't go to the South or North Pole.
Or
Don't
I don't know if you've ever watched that movie, 30 Days
miss
of Night.
30 days a night. Isn't that like filmed in the North Pole?
It's in Alaska, and it's a
Yeah.
village in Alaska where it literally just goes dark for 30 days at a certain time of year. And it's about vampires who decide that that is a good time to attack the village and take over it.
Mhm. Sounds like a good time to do it. I mean, there's no
It's a
daylight for
really good
like
movie. Yep.
extended period of time. Yeah. Anyway, that's just a reference to how dark it's getting, but it's not really getting that dark because you still got like good 8 hours of daylight here in the north.
True.
Well,
We've got like the clocks go back in like a week though, right? So.
Yes, next week they go back on Halloween.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so Halloween festivities will start an hour earlier.
You know, where I'm from, that Halloween is not the 31st of October. It can be, but it's not always.
All right. What was it like the first Friday, the Friday of that weekend?
It's always the last Friday of the month.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Just make it different. That's not
Well,
too bad. It actually
I
makes more
mean, it makes
sense.
logical sense because it means every kid always gets to enjoy Halloween.
Yeah, there's not a school day
Nope.
element to it.
So yeah, Halloween evening, Halloween 31st of October is very rarely Halloween where I'm from.
I remember
Um,
going Geisen.
Geisen.
Geisen. That's what we call trick or treating to you Americans.
And to literally everyone else that's not Scottish.
Yeah, guising. Oh, When
Geisen.
you when you went around to the people's doors and did stuff for your sweets, like you told a story or told a shitty joke or did a dance.
It's sort of it is trick or treat.
Yeah, it's essentially trick or treat. I don't know what. Oh, the only experience trick or treating is like in cartoons where kids go trick or treating and they just turn to the door and hold a sack open and they just get
Yep.
candy or
Wait,
sweets.
did you? That's basically what geising is.
Yeah, but you do something for it.
Yeah, you have to tell a joke, but that isn't trick or treat.
I don't know. I literally, all I ever seen kids getting upset they didn't get candy and then just throwing toilet paper all over houses or egging it. And then it turns out that the house is cursed by a wizard who will then turn you into a house. Oh no, sorry, it's just a regular show.
It's
That's what I'm directing because he
glorious.
because he egged this like creepy house, and he was like, "What do you do? I'll curse you by turning you into a house." And he's like a big giant house.
Ah. I think we've referenced this before. We've talked about this before. The fact that regular show starts off with the most innocuous plots, but
Mhm.
then immediately it becomes a wizard or something to do with time and space or the laws of physics or it's never simple.
No, like I think the pilot episode, which was maybe I think wasn't actually shown as a pilot episode, it was like a flashback episode in later seasons, where Pops, the man with the extremely large head, uh,
Yes.
is getting rid of a chair because it's really uncomfy, but it looks really good. And so Rigby and Mordecai essentially don't have any furniture in the room. Thought, oh, that'd be good. We'll have that for our room. And then they both kind of bagged it, so they had to play rock paper scissors, as it were. But they constantly drew, and the park manager Benson would go, "That's an evil game. You should stop playing it," type thing. And but they didn't, of course. And then they summoned Big Vortex because they couldn't decide whose bench it was, and sucked almost everyone in from the park into this wormhole.
This is a gumball machine.
Yeah, Benson's gumball machine. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. We digress still. We're really talking about Cowboy Bebop here.
Oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop. So we're going to talk about episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah,
um, episode 1 is called Asteroid Blues,
Asteroid Blues. Yeah,
or in Japanese, and I can butcher this probably, but Asteroido Bruso.
Brutal.
Yep,
Okay,
Bruso.
nice. So where did you watch that Cowboy Bebop? I was watching it on Channel 4.
I was also watching on Channel 4.
Ah, the Channel 4 OD, is it? On demand?
It's called All 4 now, I think, is
All
the name of the service. Yeah.
oh the decide that OD is probably too close to overdose. Oh, overdose,
Yes.
OD on Channel 4 stuff, please. And that's
Wait, don't do that.
bad name. Bad
Please,
name.
please don't do that. I think I had it from. I already had it on my iPad and my phone from when I was watching Dark Side of the Ring,
All right, yeah, that sounds
which
dark.
it's really good. Would highly recommend. I'm not even like a super big wrestling fan. Used to be when I was a kid, but it's just all like sort of documentaries on the sort of darker things that happen to certain wrestlers. It's really good.
Oh yeah, someone actually mentioned that at work to me. I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch that, and never did. Never got around to it because
It's on all four and totally worth it.
yeah, might do that. That'd be cool. So anyway, so Asteroids Blues is the first episode, and it starts
Yep.
off with a flashback to a
Yes.
gangster time and a guy carrying some flowers who may or may not be Spike. Pretty sure it's Spike.
Spike Spiegel.
Spike Spiegel. Is that his name? I just know him as
Spike
Spike.
Spiegel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spike Spiegel, the bounty hunter.
Yes, the bounty hunter. And not titular character, he's not in the name.
He's not, but I get what you mean.
He kind of goes by, he's like the main character of the show. And then he had his partner, Jet. What's his last name?
Jet Black.
Is it Jet Black?
It's Jet Black.
He's not that dark.
No, no.
Maybe
I mean,
his hair is kind
yes,
of dark.
it is, and like to be fair, I guess the actor they've cast for the live action TV show is black. So there you go. That's
Hmm.
something.
All right. Okay. Wow.
Well, I think they are, aren't they? I was pretty sure they cast that character with a black actor.
They might have. I watched the trailer. I watched the intro that they did, which looks very similar to the intro to this one, but has like wee snippets of the actual show in it, where the intro
Yes.
to the anime was just all squares and modern kind of art.
They've released a new thing that's like a fight sequence where they're using like the comic book divider bar to show them like having conversations in different locations, but they're moving the bar across to like different places
All
and
right.
they're breaking it in half to like divide the cell further so that they can have it's really quite clever.
Wow, they got a lot of money for this then, eh?
It seems like I mean I really like John Cho. I think he's a really good actor, and I actually think like he does really look. In fact, I'd say that all the cast really look the part for the characters that they're playing. Um, I'm very excited for, and I suppose that like there's a little bit of inspiration for that show coming onto Netflix in like a handful of weeks. Is kind of one of the reasons that I talked about doing this one because I've never watched it and I thought, you know, maybe watching the this and then watching the Netflix series would be a good idea.
Yeah, that's that's fair. Um, yeah, so we have like this kind of like scene where it looks like Spike is holding a bouquet of flowers of roses, and one drops in a puddle, and then he walks away, and there's a big gangster fight, a shootout thing, and then he drops the roses and just walks out of the scene. And then cue the feature where uh he's sitting down smoking, and then Jet comes in. Oh, um, beef and bell pepper special is ready,
That's right.
and
He's like, oh, I do like beef and bell pepper.
yeah,
Oh, hey, Jet, this is just bell pepper.
you can't call it that. There's no beef in it, but I do. I call it that. Why is there no beef? Because we're broke.
Yeah, we got no money, man. Um, which I suppose is like the life of the bounty hunter. It seems.
Hmm.
Um, so they they're going to. It's like the I suppose I think it's a Tijuana, Mexico approximation. It may actually just be called the Tijuana asteroid.
I think it's called Tijuana Asteroid. Yeah,
Uh, they're looking for a bound like they're looking for a guy called I think his name's Asimov because because it's
yeah,
Isaac Asimov. Well, not Isaac Asimov. It's not him, but yeah, it's from Asimov's name.
yeah. I think it's the guy. Uh, Even though he's like small fry to them, they're still going after him.
Yeah, because he really wants that beef to,
You want
to go
well
with that bell pepper.
that, and also he's. I think the Chet talks him into it by saying there's tackles or something. They make really good tackles there, or tortillas or something. Uh,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then yeah, so they warp to the asteroid with the ring um things,
yes.
ring gigs.
Uh,
That's what you call them. Yeah, which is kind of cool. That's like a unique travel way at that point, I think.
Reminded me like a little bit of a. It's weird. It's like a little bit of a combination between Stargate and the Mass Drive from Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, I suppose. I never really played Mass Effect.
Like just I think that I haven't really played it either. It's just I'm pretty sure that that's kind of the. It's not activated in the same way, just the kind of quick travel type thing, but then the Stargate stuff is kind of a bit more obvious, but not for vehicles. It's still kind of cool though.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. They'll go later in this year. They'll go into a bit more about these things. So this is just kind of like getting you a taster of what the crew's like on the ship, really.
Yeah,
Um, so they're on the planet, on the asteroid. Spike goes off to talk to his mystic friend, and Chet does some,
common theme.
yeah, Chet does a proper uh, gumshoe type detective investigation work.
Yeah, trying to figure out exactly where the target is and getting a bit of line of sight. I think also he's referred to as the red-eyed coyote.
Yeah, that's he gets referred to that, I think, by the mystic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's like you'll meet the red-eyed coyote north of like where it is, and uh, there you'll die, type thing. Or
yeah.
no,
It made me think of the episode of The Simpsons with the space coyote voiced by Johnny Cash.
the space coyote.
Yeah, the one that Homer sees in his hot pepper induced
Oh,
dreams.
yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of maybe like that. Meanwhile, the guy that are hunting down is trying to sell off this was it Red Eye? What's it called?
Bloody Eye,
Bloody Eye.
I think.
Yeah, I think it's Bloody Eye. In a bar, and you meet like the three main characters of the series here. Well, of this episode at least. Three old coots arguing about how one's cheating them out of money and how he created like the planet himself single handedly, even though his his other friends are stating that no wait, what are you on about? We were there with you. He's, we helped you.
Classic bragging.
Yeah, that's it. Well, while he was losing, it's like, how dare you beat me? I did this for this planet.
Yeah, I forgot about those guys hanging out in front of the bar.
Yeah, um, and he so they get married afterwards with a woman who looks like she's pregnant,
Yep,
uh, with big breasts, and the old guys are
that
pervert on
is
her.
that does play a part in it when she decides to lean over the bar.
Yep, yep.
This is I've decided a violent and horny anime.
uh, wait till Faye comes into it. Is
Is that upping the violence or the horniness? Is it both?
both really?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so uh, so you try and sell with the bartender, and then the bartender goes, "Show me if it's real deal." So he sprays the shit in his eye, and then what does he say? Something goes lines like, "Keep your eyes open," or something like that.
It is something like that.
Uh,
It's it's very cheesy.
yeah. That whole scene's pretty cheesy. And
Yeah.
he then the bunch of gangsters show up, and a big shootout happens, and this bloody eye seems to give him immense speed and perception to dodge bullets.
Yeah. I think I think it's some sort of like combat enhancement drug. Um and yeah, he is like almost like seems like he's potentially slowing down time almost by how quick he's moving and kicking ever loving shit out of these guys
Yeah, yeah. So he basically beats up like five gangsters. No, admittedly they did.
with very little effort.
Yeah, admittedly no one else seems to get hit, injured except from the bartender who gets it right in the head
True. Yeah, that is true.
for completing the
Did not
deal.
last.
No,
That's right. Yeah, in fact, because they come in the back door and shoot. That's how the scene kicks off. Right, is the bartender gets a bullet through the head.
yeah, I think he's just taking the drug, so he's like, oh, and then you see him, the guy kind of like coming at him, going bang, 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 and he's like moving his head, dodging the bullets, and then
Yep.
just like whapping the guy, and then more gangsters are shooting through the windows of the bar, and he
Yep.
kind of just sees a bullet flying towards him, like literally inches away from his forehead, and then just like steps to the side.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
And then the next thing you know is like a spectre from the gangster from the window falling backwards.
Yep.
And then it's like he just stared out. I'm sure he said something at that point too, or something like that.
It's full of quipping.
Yeah, he does say some weird shit at that point. And then they run away.
Yeah.
And then we go back to Spike in his classic spaceship thing plane.
His red, his red ship.
Yeah. And then he runs out of fuel and lands at a gas station, goes to the toilet, and so happens Asimov. Asimov?
Asimov.
Asimov uh, enters the bathroom, looking at his eyes and seeing how they're diluted. And quickly
Dilated.
diluted, yeah, like juice, diluted juice.
It's, that's the best sort of it's his eyes were diluted like juice.
Diluted like
To be
juice.
fair, the bloody eye is probably doing that to his eyes. So
Yeah, I mean, like, he certainly gets a hell of a lot of red eye on it, hence the red eye
yeah,
coyote.
it seems to be causing him some serious health problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Anyway, Spike comes out the cubicle and he goes, oh, and slams on his glasses. And Spike just kind of looks at him and then bumps into into Asimov's mistress. That's where I don't think they're
I think
married.
it's his girlfriend,
Yeah. Uh, who's carrying shopping?
Katerina.
Katrina.
Katerina, yeah.
Katrina. Uh, Carrying shopping and then drops the shopping and then he steals a hot dog and a bunch of bags and a lot of other things. And he goes, ha, 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 ha. It's kind of automatic for me.
Yeah, it's like I was gonna keep these. Do you mind if I eat this one?
Well, it was in his mouth. He let your mouth shove a whole
Yeah,
6-inch hot dog in his mouth. There you go,
he's
guys.
yeah, it's getting horny in other ways. I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah. I started talking to her and she explains that they want to go to Mars. He says, "I'm actually from Mars, but you need to be rich to actually live there," type thing, because otherwise it's shit life.
Yeah, you need to be rich to get the benefits of living on Mars.
Yeah.
Um, I think he explained he admits to her that he's a bounty hunter, doesn't he?
Not quite at that point. It was literally she says, "Oh, well, I think we'll fit in fine," and then he says something along the lines of he says
No,
something
because
which makes her think.
this is the whole bit though. That's because this is the bit where he's about to get choked the fuck out, and the reason he does isn't it because he admits to her that he's actually looking for Asimov?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is he's filling up and he says something. I can't remember what exactly it says. It's like he could try get to Mars type thing, and then she goes, "Oh shit, who are you? What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just your old schooled cowboy." "You're a bounty hunter?" "Yeah, and your Azimuth is just small fry, to be honest." And then Azimuth is behind him, chokes him out, and goes, "Talk about small fry, eh?" or something.
Yeah, he properly like squeezes him near to death.
Yeah, only to be stopped by Katrina.
Yep.
And
Uh,
then
I
check.
think that this he at this point is he's managed to well is it he wakes up with Jet standing over him asking if he enjoyed his nap.
Yeah, pretty much. Jet's like, "You enjoy your nap." Oh, in this same time, Jet has went to the bar that the big shootout happened, and more gangsters appeared, and he so happened
Yes.
managed to hide behind the bar without them noticing, and then clobbers one with a whiskey bottle or something, and then gets the other one
Yep.
to talk by a broken glass bottle, because that's how hard he hit the other guy with the bottle. And then he now has information on the drug, the shit that Asimov got
Yeah.
himself into.
I know we
So
don't probably figure this out yet, but he has actually purloined it though, right?
prolonged it.
Yeah. Half inched it.
Oh yeah. He's certainly stole the ready eye from the gangsters.
Yeah. When he was getting choked out, he managed to take the supply of red eye, a bloody eye from Asimov.
Yeah, the tester, as it were,
Yeah.
because there's a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
As it turns out.
yeah. Uh, so Jet was about to call it quits, saying, "Oh, there's no way we can catch this guy. He's too good," type thing. This drug enhances him so much that no one can do it, and all the gangsters keep getting wiped out whenever they go after him. And then Spike goes, "Yeah, he's all right," type thing. "I can't met him already." And Jet was like, "What? Oh, you mean like he's the one that knocked you out then?" It's like, yeah, that's kind of what happened.
Yeah. He's super cool about it.
Yeah. So Spike then somehow arranges a meeting with him or something. He appears at a bar as like dressed as a
Yeah.
like a got some big giant sombrero and a poncho on.
Yeah, he does. Uh,
Oh, and the old
and
guys are there. Well,
no, they are. And this is where it kind of enters the kind of shootout territory again after the fist fight.
yeah. So they have we fight. I don't think.
This is well, to be fair, this is when we first get to see Spike's like skills in combat, and he's
Yeah,
like clearly adept.
yeah. He's clearly that and very carefree. He has a very carefree attitude in his life of like,
It's a zero fucks attitude, if you will, about literally everything. He's like,
and
yeah, I'm in a fight for my life here, but I'm very relaxed about it.
yeah, yeah, I don't seem too bothered. Except when it comes to money and beefing his bell peppers.
Oh yeah, he loves money and food. Very
Hmm.
important to Spike.
That's the two main drives for Spike's character, I think. Um, yeah, so he gets in a fist fight and they do a wee dance and kind of like cool martial arts fighting, and then Asimov tries to get goes for his vial to find it's missing, and Spike goes, "Haha, you're looking for this," and waves it in front of his face, and he's like, "Give us that back." And then I think a bunch of gangsters appear, it's like, "That's the guy," and start shooting, and then they have a wee shoot out, and
This is
she,
where Katerina gets hit.
as it were, yeah, no, they escape in a
Yeah.
car or something because Spike jumps into this car with the gangsters, beating them
Oh
up.
yes.
Uh, and then there was a big firefight, and he has to hide behind the car, and like
Yeah,
Jet was late, and
that's right. He's very angry about that.
yeah, and Katrina gets shot in the belly, and like, oh no, her kid's
I,
gone.
I was like, I didn't know the tone of this show. Um, both like equally good ways to approach it. I'm sure that was quite surprising to me. I must admit, even though like the on the all four uh, snapshot for the episode, it's basically that scene. I thought she'd spilled shotgun shells.
She just had shotgun shells in her womb.
Yeah, I had no context for the drug at that point, so
That is true. Uh, yeah, so she spills out all these drugs, and then Asimov gets kind of pissed off with her, and then she realizes that he's changed too much, type thing at
yeah,
that point. Uh, and then there's a big flying kind of like chase.
the chase scene.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Like that.
I really like this scene. Um, I was very like felt myself sort of holding my breath for most of it, just kind of like waiting to see what was going to happen. And I think like because obviously like they're kind of talking to each other, but not really talking to each other. I don't think. I think it's supposed to just be like two sides of a conversation that's never meeting in the middle, sort of thing. If you get what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, the kind of conversation that she's having is, you know, what do you call him? Asimov has changed too much, and she's worried that she now realizes that she's not going to see Mars anymore because they're heading towards a big wall of police officers who are going to shoot them to bits. It would seem.
Hmm.
Um,
And
but the bit
Asimov,
that really well, yeah, like
yeah,
the bit that gets me is very much this bit where she like draws his gun and just blows his brains out.
yeah. Well, Asimov isn't backing down. He's going to run the thing, saying, "I can get through this."
Yeah, it, but it's really abrupt and shocking.
Mhm.
Like I don't care if that character dies. That's he's the bad guy, but that's a way to go out. Like that I think that for me sort of set more of the tone of the show. Was like that is this is has some stories to tell in a way that are definitely interestingly written.
Mhm.
Um, it genuinely came as a really big surprise. And then, of course, there's that sort of like very quiet moment of her just saying, "It's like, well, bye then, no Mars for me." And then they get shot to pieces.
Yeah, that's it. Adios, cowboy.
It's so good. It's so good, and a lot of it I think is really good because the sound design. Because there's no when she says "adios, cowboy," like there's nothing else. There's no noise of ships or weapons or anything else. It's literally just the voice, and then sort of the sound crescendos back in with the gunfire as the ship goes down. It's just really really well done. I
Yeah,
can I
it's
can see why people like this show and talk about it quite fondly as like uh, a really prime example of a well done animation show.
yeah, it's certainly has some high-hitting storytelling aspects to it. The fight scenes and stuff and animation is kind of cool, well done.
Yeah.
This is pre-computerization came a major thing, that's for sure.
And I know we talk about this frequently, but like I suppose you can tell because the sense of scale is off, but not because it looks wrong, but because it's exaggerated to demonstrate movement and position.
Yeah.
And it looks gorgeous, like all of it, like the fluidity of it and the movement is just fantastic. It's really really damn cool.
Mm-hmm.
This was a really good first episode.
Yeah. And then of course it ends with them back on the ship, the big main ship.
Yep.
And Jet's cooking up special beef and bell peppers. Okay.
It sure is.
But Spike is kind of like just sitting there contemplating what's just happened. I think it's actually hit him a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting as well because you know, like I think for someone so carefree, they obviously take themselves very seriously for certain things, and I'm not sure why that is yet because that seems very juxtaposed from a characterization perspective. Is normally people who are very carefree are just very carefree, but he seems to have a very hard edge on certain things.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
interesting.
it was kind of hinted where he was at his soothsayer person, his mystic,
Yeah.
because he says, "Oh, then again," and then it's just sort of, "What? What do you mean? Oh, that's the second time a woman's killed me." And then he goes, "Oh, you take women too lightly, my friend." And he's like, "No, it's on the contrary," and then just walks out the door at the time.
It's yeah,
So it's
it's weird and intriguing.
we'll learn more about that at some point. Uh,
So, what do you rate this one then?
this one, like I said, there's interesting parts in it, but the story in this one wasn't intriguing to me as much. I like the animation. I like the kind of chase bit, and I like the fight scene. And there's some nice comical moments with the three men arguing over their game of poker or whatever they're playing. And was another scene. There was a bit where the one of the old guys go, "Oh, I planted seeds in this planet. Yeah, we all planted seeds." And then one guy whips at "Yeah, but you planted a different kind of seed."
That's right.
And it was like, "Oh, he's a horn dog then."
Yeah,
I think that's what
yeah,
it's.
adding to the horniness of the show.
Well, you know, like Earth is in ruins. So yeah, no, it's good. I, I'm going to keep it above the fives. I'm going to say six, seven, seven.
7.
Yeah,
I think I'll give it an 8.
giving it an eight. Yeah,
Even like I would bump it up for like the last 5 minutes alone is just incredible. Like it's one of those things is I always remember my as we've discussed on the podcast before of me watching like animation when I absolutely should not have Fist of the North Star and Devilman and stuff like that. And a lot of that
yeah.
spawns from the ideas like, you know, it's a cartoon. Like what can it be? Like can't be that bad, right?
Oh yeah,
That was the
no.
kind of attitude for animation in the UK and in the West for I think the longest time.
You
And
know,
I think seeing the way it treats story and characterization already is just very strong.
yeah, yeah. There's certainly strong elements. It's certainly something we'll touch on again in the future. Uh, at some point in the future that we kind of maybe already know. Anyway, not hinting towards anything else. So,
Nope.
second episode.
This one is called the Stray Dog Strut.
The Stray Dog Strut.
Stray Dog Strut.
What's it in Japanese?
Hang on. Right, okay. No Noraino no Sutorato.
That sounds about right. At least
Yeah,
I know Ino is
I
dog.
will apologize. Apologize to everyone. What's dog, sorry?
Ino, I think, is dog.
Ino?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's dog. I could be wrong. Which means this character in
Sutorato.
Naruto
Oh, it could be
is
stray.
possibly.
Eh. Anyway, this one starts off with Spike and Jet looking at getting another bounty essentially, and they're watching what's the show the Big Shot Bounty Hunter show,
Yeah.
and it's talking about this guy Abdul Hakim, who is like he's got a bounty of, what is it, 10 million whatever
Yulongs.
Elongs, yeah, and he's like, yeah, it's like, well, yeah, that's interesting. And then he gets a phone call from some guy going, "Is like, I need you to fucking beat him up, like, like hit him and then hit him again because he hit me and I want him to hurt, and my cut will only be 280. Just get him."
I think it was 280,000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's because it was a plastic surgery doctor who did
Yeah,
the work on him, and he beat him up
of
and not
course,
paid
yeah.
him.
That's right, because that's how they get the extra information. Because the image that they've got on the Big Shot show is not the newest version of what Abdul Hakim looks like.
Yeah.
And then we sort of see Hakim in the bathroom stalls taking off these bandages and being accosted by three men with weapons.
3 scientist men with weapons, all wearing lab coats.
Yeah. I think that the thing I like about this is it's, hey, you want to fight? And they're like holding guns next to him. It's like, just fucking shoot him in the leg. Like, you want to take him in. Just do something about it. There's 3 of you with guns.
Yeah.
Somebody somebody take action and stop what's going to happen from happening.
Well,
And then they don't.
no, I'm getting beaten up. So what I would say is that they're scientists, not gangsters.
That's true. They're not
They,
gangsters.
they just want
They are science men.
their science project back.
Yes, that's right. The science project, which is a metal briefcase.
Which everyone thinks is just full of horrendous amount of cash, which he just wheels it around with one hand. He just walks around strutting with it.
He does. And then I think Hakim then goes to a bar or something to get like
Tea
a
shop,
drink.
I think. Yeah, he goes to a tea shop.
Yeah, and he makes a guy drink a cockroach in a whiskey because why not?
Yeah. Was it whiskey? I thought it was a tea. I thought it was he ordered some tea.
It's just I say it was a whiskey because it was in that kind of glass.
Yeah, maybe it was whiskey. But anyway, yeah, that's because he made them spill it.
He did, yeah. But I mean, Hakim was being a bit of a dick.
Well, I don't. Well, the guy was made them spill it because his colleague swiped the case. It was a distraction method.
That is also true. Yeah, because of course the guy then runs away and goes like, yoink!
Yeah.
Just takes the briefcase.
Yeah.
I love how calmly, in quotations, Hakim exits the tea shop.
Calmly, he just kicks the door in, literally off the hinges.
Yeah, he kicks the whole door off the frame and just sprints after the guy.
I should also mention that Hakim is like, I don't know, 7 to 8 foot tall.
Yeah, you're right. Because when he comes into the tea shop, he's like stops outside and he's looking at this like above the door and just kind of goes like, ugh.
Kind of grumpy, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. So yeah, the dude he sort of jumps in the back of a truck with the briefcase and escapes.
Garbage truck
and then,
or
yeah, it is a
bin
garbage.
lorry.
He then goes to a pet store to try and sell
Well,
whatever's in it.
well, no, he looks in the case, so he finds out that it's a dog.
Yeah.
He goes, he looks
Yeah.
in the case and goes, "What the fuck? What's this?" And doesn't look in it anymore. And then he takes it to a pet shop to see if he can get some money for it.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then
And he's arguing adamantly about it, and she's having none of it.
and then Spike comes along, and goes, "Hey, you, Akeem."
No, it's better than that. Like, he's like, just give me 300 for it, and she's like, no. It's like, just like 250. No. How about 200? No. And then Hakeem appears behind and goes, how about 0? It's like, give me a fucking dog.
Yeah, well, that's after Spike goes, "Oh, I see you had a new
Oh yeah.
face swap, Akeem." Like hours after like the first one.
That's right. He confuses the thief with Hakeem.
Yeah,
He's
and
like, what is happening? I don't like, no, that's not me.
yeah, and then the store owner has to open the thing, and then boom, Welsh Corgi, 100% mongrel. Nothing special about
100%.
it.
Yeah.
That's all the percentage.
That's all the percent.
Yeah,
That's a good line. Actually, I like that.
That's what Jet tells him anyway. Because
Yeah, I do like that.
yeah, so they have a
Yeah, sorry, you're right. I forgot that Spike tries to, and he's like, you know what? No, never mind. We're all good here. There's no problem. And then he passes Hakeem in the street without even thinking about it.
Mhm.
And then yeah, we have the exchange about the amount of money he's trying to get for it. Well, while getting no money at all.
And they keep swiping it, and then the dog runs away because he goes, "I don't like you."
That's right. Yeah, that's so good. I love this dog.
Ein's great.
Yeah,
That's what it gets called.
so essentially, they I'm trying to remember exactly the run of play here.
Spike turns around and sees Keen sees the store just blistering into like a chaos as all the animals escape. And
That's right. The woman's like, my animals.
yeah, 'cause I think the corgi bites Akeem because he goes
It does.
"Arr!" and then runs away, and then Akeem chases it, and all the other animals kind of chase that, and Spike's going, "What the fuck? That's Akeem. Let's go!"
He starts chasing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have a big fight on a bridge over the river with the dog on the
Yep.
apex of the bridge. Sees a boat,
And then just bails out.
and then it bails out, and then Akeem goes to grab it and jumps off after it, and
Yep.
then the dog lands on the boat, and then instantaneously jumps off the boat backwards into Spike's face.
Yeah. It stops him from getting on the boat.
Yeah, and then Akeem gets on the boat.
Yep. So Spike loses Hakeem, but manages to get the dog.
Yeah, which he hates.
He does hate the dog. I think what he does is at this point, does he not like put a tracking thing on the dog and take it for a walk?
Yeah, well, that's what Jet suggests. It's really just Spike. It's been hunting Akeem.
Yeah, that's right. Because this is the bit where we have the conversation with the scientist in the van.
Yeah. So you have Spike waiting with a yeah.
Sorry, they refer to it as the data dog.
Yeah, the data dog. I can't get hands into the cops. I'll get it done for sure. And the other guy goes, "Seems that way."
I wrote that on this post-it so long ago. Seems that way because he says it. He says it like 3 times.
And that's all he says.
No, we can't do that because of this. Seems that way. Oh well, but also this seems that way. And then there's another scene later on where he says it again.
Yeah, he just seems that again.
I was
Uh,
in tears. It reminded me of Leo, Leo, Leo. God damn it! God damn it!
Jesus.
Because I don't even think it's a different read. I think it's the same read all three times.
Yeah, seems that way.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Yeah. Anyway, so they were talking about like, oh, is Spike like a accomplice of Akeem?
Yeah,
Akeem's on the phone to someone. He's obviously looking for the buyer and says, "Give me another day, I'll get the dog," type thing. And like, no, we got to do it today. I was like, ah, fuck. Because he comes out the water. He gets caught by a couple of kids. He's fishing
that's
in the
yeah. He gets
water.
fish hooked out of the water on his
Yeah,
afro.
yeah, on his arrow, and he just walks out calmly, not even swimming or panicking or even drowning. He just walks out like he can hold his breath for hours underwater for some reason, and then
It's amazing.
ask the kids what time is it, and they go, "It's 4 in the button, sir." Being scared shitless, but and then he just like knocks him.
They just fished a man
Yeah,
out the water.
he just walked out.
So good.
And then he just like butts him away with his wrists. Uh, and then so the scientist guys then reply is like, "Oh, we're going to have to use that." Well, it seems that way.
Seems this is the kind of dog whistle type thing.
Yeah. And then the lead scientist guy asks him, "Is it on? I can't hear it." Where the other guy finally has a line other than "seems that way" and says, "Well, you know, sir, the high frequency, we can't hear that. Only
Yeah,
animals can hear
what's your
that."
frequencies if we can? Yeah, by this point, Spike is out on the street with the newly tracking chipped data dog, and then all of a sudden, shit starts to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, big chasing. And like, oh, there's a cube.
Yeah.
Akeem gets
Big
the dog.
river of dogs.
And then do they get in like cars or something and start chasing? Akeem gets
So
into a car, rips off a door and gets into a car, doesn't he?
Keem. So the way I remember it is that basically every dog, like and the dog they've got,
Hmm.
start chasing the truck, and of course Hakeem, I think, was talking to a psychic. It's like your dog will be like it's what you're looking for. It's so close.
Oh
It's
yeah.
passing us now, and then all these dogs just go fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's chasing the van. I think Hakeem steals a car to chase after them.
Hmm.
Um,
And
and then Spike and the scientists chase after. Wait, no.
yeah, because I think Akeem listed Iron off the ground because this is what the dog will be known as soon.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Uh, which doesn't give the plot away at all. Anyway, so Akeem lifts the dog and sticks it in the car, and then the scientists start chasing the car,
That's,
and Spike then starts chasing it in his spaceship plane thing,
and the
and
dog, Ein manages to get out of the car.
because Akeem rips the door off the car, has a big
Yeah.
hole in the side, and the dog gets out of the car and just does another leap of faith, out off the big highway bridge, and then.
So much jumping for this dog.
Yeah, and then Spike goes and fucking rescues it instead of getting a key.
Yeah, he does. He gives up the 10 mil.
Yeah, and
Um,
then Akeem lands right into a police station. Um,
well, the scientists, do they not like they do they not like harpoon his truck,
he might have harpooned it, and
and that causes them both to like go over the side of the bridge and into the police station,
yeah, I
where
think so.
they're all arrested.
Where they're all arrested, and you have like the big shot show talking about it, going, "This has happened, and this is the reason why everyone wanted this. This is the data dog." You know, it's very unique and worth like 1 million Eulons or something like that type thing.
Has a genetically enhanced intellect.
Yeah, a genetically enhanced intellect.
I also think they refer to Hakim as turning himself in, which I
Yeah.
think is also funny because he smashed into the police station. That is quite funny.
Yeah, yeah. I think that show is a bit tongue cheek in its own self. In the own world, it's like, oh yeah, Keen's decided to turn himself in. Why would he do that? Type thing. Uh,
So Jet decides that he wants to bring the dog, which is now called Ein, uh, onto the Bebop.
uh, yeah. Jet decided to keep the dog. Spike brought it to the Bebop, and they were like, "Oh, no one knows where this data dog is. It's lost." Type thing. And then Spike proclaims that he hates all pets and children.
He does. He's not. Spike is not happy about the existence of this dog on the Bebop, and to seal the deal, Ein then just bites his hand.
Yeah. After shaking him with after having a wash and getting shakes himself dry on the table when Spike goes off the
Yes.
table. The
Big mistake.
second smartest character in the show.
I think that's the end of this episode.
Yeah, that's the end of it. They didn't watch the bounty hunter. Only the shopkeeper kind of did.
Yeah.
Who's now employed the two people that tried to steal the dog in the first place off of Akeem.
Yeah.
Uh,
What an episode.
yeah, I enjoyed this more.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
I
enjoyed this less.
less. Oh,
Yeah.
I suppose it doesn't have the same aspects of storytelling, but
Well,
I like the humor more.
oh,
Yeah,
I think the humor is stronger in this episode, for
yeah.
sure.
The
Um, not just the dialogue, but like the physical comedy, like him getting dragged out of the river and stuff like that, is really quite funny. And yeah, like there's a few bits, and like him getting Spike getting totally smashed in the face by Ein jumping off the boat and stopping him from getting into the boat
yeah.
is also very.
Well,
Um,
maybe
I
it's
think
just like I as a thing. He's always like the smartest thing there. He even looks because even on the bridge scene where they're having that wee fight and they're having tussle, he looks behind him and sees the boat coming, and then goes,
yeah,
"All right, well, I better do this," and leaps her face off the boat, and then like, yeah, I don't want to be with that guy, so all right, Spike, I'm going to
you're right.
I'm going to face plant you. Yeah,
So what do you rate this one then?
I enjoyed this more. I'm going to rate it as an 8, but it's a weird show because I found the first one was a bit felt a bit longer in the presentation, like, and then this one was like shorter.
So I will tell you, I watched the first episode 3 times without any problem.
Hmm?
I fell asleep watching the second episode twice.
Fell asleep. Oh man, this is the most exciting one.
Um, I think it's interesting because like I appreciate that it's able to do quite a lot. Like there's the like I say the physical and the dialogue comedy are quite decent. The animation's gorgeous. The fight scenes are really impressive. The motion, the characters seem interesting and unique, and I think that it can do a serious narrative as well. I
Hmm.
think the tone that it set in the first one, then to step into this one, felt like a bit of a weird swing to me. Not in a bad way, just not in the way that it wouldn't be my choice. I think similarly, obviously, I appreciate you need to introduce a character, so like that has to be done in a way that's appropriate to the character, and this kind of seems appropriate to the character. Um, I would probably say this is a 7 for me. So like just inverted from what we've said in the previous episode.
Yeah,
Um, I don't want to go as low as a 6. I think that would be unfair because I think some of the jokes in this one are particularly good.
Yeah, I think we'll probably. I can't think of going lower in this series than 7.
Yeah, I don't think I think you're probably right.
It is.
I think it's going to stay quite a high rating for most of
It,
the episodes.
it is high. You can see this high production value, right? Just from these 2
Yeah,
episodes, and that's the first episodes.
not just that, but there's a degree of care taken with the story and the characters. I think that's obvious as well.
Yeah, not like Pokemon.
This is going to be weird because you're teasing something that is not going to come out until after this whole season.
Yeah, not until next year, 2022.
I was going to say 2021, but this is 2021.
It is 2021.
It is.
It's getting better.
So, uh, we have reached the end of this episode. We'll be back next week to talk about episodes 3 and 4. As always, this is an audio podcast or a video one, depending on where you're looking at it. But if you're listening to this podcast, we are available where all good podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, Overcast, all of the above and more. You can find us at anchor.fm/who's that anime. We have a Facebook page where we post when we're releasing new episodes, some kind of anime memes and other bits and pieces. That's at facebook.com/who's that anime. Colin likes to play video games on Twitch at twitch.tv/couchfuel. You've been playing Sable?
I have been playing Sable. Just that one time that I played Sable.
Maybe some more to come from that though, because it did look pretty cool.
Yeah, I need to try and get some time to do that. In the middle of doing
We
things.
may need to arrange some sort of Halloween gaming.
Yeah, yes. Maybe not on Halloween.
No, that's fair, but we can think about it. But you can also find the archive of many a Halloween night gaming on at YouTube. If you look for the channel Couch Fuel there, the archives of all of the many games Colin and myself and a number of others of us have played with a group of friends there.
Yeah, like
I like to play horror games mainly. Oh, sorry, go on.
Couch Nightmare, Couchfield Nightmare. Nightmare Couchfield? What do we call it again?
Nightmare Fuel?
Nightmare Fuel?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but yeah, that's something to watch. That's some hilarity right there.
Like blindfolded playthrough of Resident Evil 1.
Open that door. No, I'm dead.
A classic to be sure.
Yeah.
I also like to play horror video games. I do so at twitch.tv/HalePayman. You can find an archive of that stuff on YouTube as well. As if you would like to leave a review for the podcast on any of the services you have, that would be awesome. Reviews are always welcome, regardless of the rating. Constructive criticism is always positive. If you don't want to leave a review but want to tell a friend, please feel free to do that and share. We also have a YouTube channel where we are slowly starting to put up episodes of the video version of the podcast. Those are coming up sparingly, but still going up. We'll post links to those as and when they happen on the Facebook page as well. And I think that is us.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything to say at this point. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop. It's a cult classic.
Tune.
Tune.
It's a great theme tune. It's like as much as I love the theme tune in Serial Experiments Lane, I think I might like the intro for Cowboy Bebop more.
What more? Do 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 do. It's like quality jazz.
It's so good. It's so good.
Is it the first time you heard it?
Just no. I heard it before. I just think like watching it in context of the show is really good because it weirdly is very telling of what you're about to watch. because it is a bit like jazz. It kind of goes in places you don't always expect, and like I kind of like that.
Yeah, I suppose that's why it's called Cowboy Bebop. Not
It's very good.
not not for the reason I think the main ship's called the Bebop,
He's a cowboy.
and he's a cowboy.
It's probably not that. That would be very far too easy.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, yeah, that's been who's that anime? Episode 34.
Yeah, episode 34, episode 1 of season 5.
Whatever, whatever you want to refer it to, but yeah, that's wow, 34 weeks of who's that anime, man? That's over half a
Yeah,
year.
it is. It is over half a year. We started this at the end of February this year.
We did, yeah. It's it's coming up to Christmas. God damn. I can't believe it's Christmas like in just under 2 months.
I don't want to spoil it because I've had an idea, but I think I will spoil it. I think we should watch a Christmas movie, a Christmas anime.
Christmas anime, a Christmas special anime.
Yep, and I know exactly the one to watch.
Oh, oh, there you go, guys. There's some leading information for Christmas time.
Bit of a tease. I think we could even release it on Christmas Day, which I think would be nice. It's a little present to everyone.
Yeah, well, I'll need to sort out timings on getting that watched and recorded.
It should be easy enough.
Yeah, yeah, it should be. Need to work out what I'm doing first in Christmas periods. Ah, and do you want to do a New Year one for New Year?
I don't know if there's New Year's anime, is there?
Uh, yeah, certainly one that goes through the New Year.
Okay, well,
Oh,
we can talk about that too.
I think Love Hina did. Certainly did a New Year episode.
Episode. Yeah, I'm not watching the whole season just for a changing of the clock to one day to another.
What? Certainly there's things where it's happened, but I'm not entirely.
Okay.
Oh, Azumanga Daioh. That
Bless
has
you.
one. Azumanga Daioh.
Azumanga Daioh.
Yes. That would be good as a cleanser as such, but it's actually full episodes. You can watch the movie. The movie's pretty good.
Anime. List of Azumanga Daioh episodes. There are many episodes.
There are 26 episodes or something like that, and a movie.
6 episodes. Yeah.
You should watch the movie though.
Okay. Well, we can talk about that. But
It's
yes,
it's a quick movie.
fair enough.
I mean, I don't know if it can technically be called a movie.
Fair enough.
Anyway, has been Who's That Anime with your host Colin and your co-host Steve. I swapped it around, you see.
Good.
Yeah,
I liked it. Good.
clever work, clever.
Switching it up, keeping it fresh.
Keeping it fresh. Anyway, guys, until next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Hi, amigos! All 300,000 bounty hunters in the star system. How y'all doing?
And now it's time for Big Shots, the show that tells all about fugitives.
Jokes, howdy! The big news is Abdul Hakim, who chose a flashy way to turn himself in last week.
He sure did.
Before his crime spree came to a crashing halt, he stole a mysterious